How are you feeling with well, the first 11 letters plus the Hamza? So we've done 12 letters now. How are you feeling?
We're gonna have to go back over with the Hamza again. My
Yes.
memory retention, I guess, is gonna start slowing down a little bit. So I have
Oh,
it written here, but I'm not quite sure of how it's used again. So if we could refresh
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Simple. It's no big deal. Okay, so I'll just explain. I'll just go over it again. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have this letter. It's called Hamza. It looks like this. So as you said, it looks like this is a two. It kind of looks like a backwards two, like that,
Backwards
right?
too. Yes.
So because Alif can't take like a fatha, it doesn't take a vowel. Yeah, we remember that.
Yes.
So we take like if we take a ba and we put a fatha and we want to extend that, then we take the ba and we put an alif on it, right?
Yes.
So this is an alif here, and that's what alif does. It makes the a into an a, right?
Right.
So the hamza allows us to say sounds like a, e, u, right? So the hamza can take a fatha. It can say a, right? It can say e, and it can say u. Questions?
The Hamza can take an a, e, or u.
Yes. Let me
Is
let me
Hamza
let
a
me
letter like the other letters, like it has its own sound? Or
yeah, okay, let me just show you this first of all, and then we'll come to all the questions, okay?
okay. Yeah.
This looks kind of crazy, but all I want you to remember is that if you see this symbol here, okay, the letters are Hamza.
Okay.
So all you need to do is just remember that. Now, this looks like a what letter does that look like?
An alif with a Hamza.
Okay, that's what it is.
Okay.
Okay? So you remember how we said that alif cannot come at the start of a word,
Correct.
right? Because what it does is we take a ba and we put a fatha on it. And then if we want to extend that, instead of just saying ba, and we want to say ba, we will add a alif. So this is what alif's job is. So
Understood.
because the alif cannot take an a, e, u sound, it won't come at the beginning of a word. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yes.
when the hamza sits, this is a hamza here. It's sitting on
Yes.
top of an alif. Okay. This hamza can say a, it can say e, and it can say u. Okay. We'll
Yes.
we'll get we'll get to plenty examples. Okay. All I
Okay.
want you to know from this chart, which looks very scary and like, whoa, what's going on here? All I want you to know is that if you see this, we're gonna call it a hamza. Okay. Even
Hmm.
though this is a letter, right?
Okay.
We're just pretty much ignoring it.
Okay.
And we're just saying it's a hamza.
Okay.
And this is also a letter called ya. So this is a wow and this is a ya. But because the hamza is sitting on top of the ya, we're just gonna ignore the ya. It's a
Okay.
hamza.
It's a Hamza. Gotcha.
So we have a hamza here. It can come like this in a word. It can sit on top of alif. It can sit below alif. We don't need to really care about any of that. The only thing you need to
Okay.
know, if you see a hamza, it's a hamza. Okay, so
It's a
let's talk
Hamza.
about what hamza does.
Okay.
Yeah. So, um, we looked at some examples. Hamza is a letter, just like all the other letters that we've looked at before.
Okay.
So this is a hamza on top of an alif. This is the one that we're going to look at now. Yeah.
Okay.
So what this does is it says a. This says e. This says u. So
Okay.
when you're probably getting confused because of its name, Hamza. So you might be thinking there should be like something to do with this or this involved with the sound it makes. I don't know if that's what you're thinking, but that's what I would be thinking.
At first, I was, yes, like it's a letter and it has its own sound, but that is absolutely not true.
Yeah, so when we look at Jim, it's like the name is relative to the sound it makes, like Jim, and then it says Ja, Ji, Ju. So that kind of makes
Right.
sense.
Right.
But Hamza is an A, E, U kind of sound. So even though it has an H, Hamza and a Z in it and stuff like that, that's the name is irrelevant to the sound it makes. in
Right.
this
Right.
case,
Understood.
Okay.
So the
Um,
allows you to write the sound a, e, u at the beginning of the word. Like you wouldn't use an alif, but would you use a
exactly.
hamza?
Yes, exactly. So it's kind of like it's it's basically when we learned a, e, u, you would expect this one to say a, e, u, right? Because it's an
Correct.
alif, so you'd think you would make the a, e, u sound, but that's not what its function is. Okay?
Yes.
So the one that makes a, e, u is our friend Hamza. And it seems to me like Alif and Hamza are close friends because sometimes Hamza feels a bit lazy and just wants to take like a piggyback, right?
Okay.
So it sits on top of Alif sometimes. So if we won't make A, E, U using the letter Alif, but we can make A, E, U using the letter Hamza.
Understood.
Questions?
None. I understand
Cool.
that.
Okay. So what does this say then?
That says a, e, u.
Yes. Okay. What is, do you remember what's going on here? Like, what's this symbol called?
That is, I don't remember what that's called, but that's saying there's
Cool.
no vowel sound. It's just
Yes.
like there's no vowel at
Sukoon.
all. Sukoon.
Yeah, so we're not saying ta, we're not saying t, and we're not saying tu, but we're just saying t. Okay? So
Yeah.
let's pair a hamza with a fatha and a ta with a sukoon. What would it sound like?
At.
Yes. This one?
At. That would be eat.
Yes.
And that is becomes oot.
Yes. Okay, I noticed that here. Really see how the hamza, like the hamza is like this, and it's not below.
Yes.
But normally in the Quran, if there's a kasra, then it looks like the hamza sits below. So I'll just fix that. I noticed that when I was editing the video yesterday. So I'm gonna write the hamza like this and then put the kasra. See it?
Okay.
So it being above or below, or we don't really care about that. We just know it's a hamza. So whether it's sitting here or here,
It's still Hamza.
yeah, it's still hamza, and the only thing that's relevant is
Is
it
where
saying
that
a, e, or
mark,
u?
the mark is telling me at e u, not where
Exactly.
the Hamza is.
Yes. Or regardless of what letter the hamza is sitting on top of.
Okay.
The hamza will only ever sit on top of a certain letter. So sometimes, like, if it's sitting on top of a waw, it's very unlikely to make a kasra, but we don't even need to remember that
Okay.
because we just need to look at the letter, we see a hamza, and we just say a, e, u. Or it can take a sukoon, but I don't want to talk about that right now.
Okay. At e u.
Okay, so what would this be?
Aj. Ij. Uj.
Very good. Okay, so we'll talk about this in a sec, but
Okay.
let's have a look at this one first.
Ajar.
So what's this?
That's a raw with a fatha.
Okay, so it wouldn't say like ajar, right? It's not a sukoon. It wouldn't say like ajar. What is it? How would you pronounce this bit?
Raw.
Yeah. So it would
Okay.
be
Okay. Ajara.
yes. Ajara.
Ajara.
Yes. Just gonna grab some more examples. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, we'll come back to this one in a sec.
Okay.
Let's have a look at this one now. Can you see it?
Atara.
Have a look at the middle letter. Look how many dots it has.
Athara.
Yes.
Athara.
Yeah. So we have ajara, ajara, yeah,
Ajara.
and we have that was this one, yeah, ajara, and then we have athara, athara.
Athara.
Makes sense so far?
Yes.
Okay, what about this?
Azara.
Very good. Okay, let's look at this one.
Okay.
So now we're mixing up some symbols, yeah?
Ujira.
Very good.
Uhi. Uhida. Uhida.
Yes, ukhidha. Ukhidha, good.
Uhida. Yes.
Okay, I want you to look at this one first. Let's move this one out the way. Look at this one. So pay attention to this middle letter. Like, what is this letter here?
Jara. Jara.
So we're not saying. What is this one saying? So you're saying ra correctly, yeah, but it
Yeah.
doesn't have an alif here. So that if you say jara, that would put an alif right there. Make sense?
So that's pronounced Jer.
That would be with a sukoon. So what is this? Okay, so what is you're saying? You were saying it right before, but you're saying jara. That's how it sounded to me. Whereas this is not ra.
Jera.
Exactly. So you're saying jara,
Jara.
jara. If you say jara, then we've made it into 4.
I hear the difference when you're saying it. It's not Jera. It's Jera because it almost
Yes,
this has to have like a count of 2 and this has to have a count of 1. Kind of like
exactly. So how many? So we talked about the concept of hara. How do you write it in English? Harakat. Yeah, harakat were the number of basically syllables or vowels in a word. So this is
Okay.
a 1, and this is a 1 here. In terms of like this together is 2, just as you described. Agreed?
Yes.
And this is just a 1.
1.
So the whole word is 3.
3.
If we were to add an alif, after the ra, now we have jara, yeah?
Okay.
And then this would be 2, and this would be 2. So the whole word would now be 4 harakat. Any questions? Does that make sense to you? Or
Yeah,
do you
it
want me to
makes
go over
sense.
that
Yes, it does. Yeah, how you say it is important too. I'm picking that up.
Yeah, as in, we're not going to be mega strict, but we're just going to try to understand the concept. Whereas if I said, for example, in English, if I said, oh, I really want an apple, you wouldn't spell that like A-A-A-A-A-A-P, right?
Right,
But if
right.
in this case, in Arabic, we do have to be specific, because now if I say jara, that me leaving that fatha longer than just jara is actually adding like a letter to the word, right?
Okay.
And in certain circumstances, that could change the meaning of the word. So like we're not like concerned about that right now, but it's important to just kind of have in our mind, right?
Okay.
That's why I would correct you on it, basically.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what would this be then?
Jira.
Try again. Let's break it down. What's the
Okay.
first? Because you said G, right?
That's Jim, right?
So it's a Jim with what?
No, it's Ja.
Ja. And then what is this sound? Because
Ah,
exactly. So what's just this?
Ja.
No, that would be an Aleph, right? So
Ja.
the Hamza is yeah, exactly. So the Hamza is not extending the Fatha. They're doing a different job altogether, right?
Okay, okay. All right, all right.
So
So
this,
they
because this does not have this here, we know it's an Aleph. And the
I
only
see.
job that Aleph does is to extend the A or the Fatha to make it the two counts. Yeah.
I got you.
But this does not do that. So even though the Hamza is sitting on top of the Aleph, it is not doing that function at all.
Okay. So that becomes Ja'ara.
Ja'ara, exactly. Right.
Yes.
And I mean, just to make it like, let's move these over to here. I'm gonna write just to show you, like, as we've discussed, this Aleph here, it will never ever have a Fatha, it will never have a Kasra, and it will never have a Dhamma.
Okay.
It will just never have anything on it because it only comes after this. Okay.
Understood.
Whereas this other word, we can make it, for example, we could make it like this. Okay. I'm writing the Hamza below. Okay. This and this are the same. It's just that I don't know if we can find an example, but when we look in the Quran, you can see, like, here, he writes it underneath. Okay.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's just always like standard practice, but this is an example of it by itself. Here's another example. Can you see it?
Yes.
This is an example of it on top of the Alif. It's a
Okay.
very common letter, see? Because it's the A sound, the A, E, U sound, right? It's very
Okay.
common. So we'll come back and look at some examples of that in a sec. But the
Okay.
reason I'm specifically writing it instead of on top, because we're putting a kasra, I'm just writing it below. But this is still an Aleph. Okay? You see that? Because you can
Yes.
see here, it's sitting on top of an Aleph, right?
Yes.
When it has a Fatha, it just switches its position where if we put a kasra. But in this word, it would still technically be sitting, it would be paired with an Aleph, right? But we're almost ignoring the Aleph altogether. And we're only looking at this. Okay?
So that becomes an E, is that correct? Because it's below.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily. We're looking at the main thing we're focused on is this. The
Right,
actual
because that's below.
marking
That's an
of
E
E.
sound, yes?
Yes, but the main thing I want you to focus on is the kasra. Yeah?
Yes, that's what's making the E sound,
Okay.
yes.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So how would you pronounce that word then?
Ja'ira.
Exactly. And again, we're saying ja, e, ra.
Yes.
Ja'ira. So we're not saying ja'ira. Yeah? If we
Ja'ira.
said ja'ira, we're again adding another letter.
Okay.
So we can, with alif, we can say a, and if we want to say u, we can also say that. And if we want to say e, we can also say that. So if we say a, e, u, and we extend them instead of just a, e, u, we're adding letters. So we're going to
Okay.
here. In this case, we're going to say ja'ira, ja'ira. So sometimes it can help to not try and like merge them together, and you can
Okay.
literally just say like ja, e, ra, ja'ira. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to like you have to be like ja'ira. You don't have to like merge them the first time, right?
Okay.
Okay, so what would this be in theory? I don't think this is a word, but this now has this symbol, yeah?
Right. So ja'ura.
Exactly. Okay. So what we're trying to look at here is that this hamza can take a fatha and make an ah sound. So we would say ja'ara. Yeah. It can
Mhm.
take a kasra. It can make an e sound. It can say ja'ira. It can say a dhamma and say an u sound and say ja'ura. Yeah.
Yes.
This is not the same as any of these.
Correct.
Agreed? Are we on the same page? Yeah.
Yes.
This thing, again, I know I'm repeating myself, but it only does one thing, which is to extend the fatha so that instead of saying just ja, it says ja. This does not do that. Yeah. Any questions?
None.
Is it quite clear? Like you
It actually is. It's quite clear now that I can see all three of uses of it, and then on top without it. When I see this schematically right here, it's very clear.
Yeah. So I think there's something about the Hamza. I think there's something about the name and the shape of it and the fact that it's like sitting. It's almost like not intuitive to an English speaker that this shape and this name says a e u. I don't know if you agree with me on that.
No, I would agree. Yeah.
You do agree, yeah? Okay. What I want to do now is we can do some more practice, but I just want to look at I was planning to look at the next letters today, but I
Okay.
think that we might do that. But I thought that let's just kind of like go over everything
Okay.
today in terms of
Yeah.
like because this feels quite heavy. You know, we've really done a lot here, right?
Okay. Yes.
Can you see? Like that's a lot of work, right?
Yes. Yes. Sure is.
So what I want to do is just so that this becomes more realistic, we're going to open the second chapter of the Quran. So the first chapter is Surah Al-Fatiha.
Mhm.
Second chapter is the longest chapter. It's called Surah Al-Baqarah. Al-Baqarah means like the cow. So it's the story of, well, within the chapter, there's a story of the cow, which you may have read if you've read the Quran.
I have.
Okay, this is Surah Al-Fatiha. Okay, I want us to just look at letters and vowels and like see if we can figure out, you know, what letters are. Okay,
Okay.
cool. So this is a letter here. So the first thing would be to do is to identify what is the letter and then look at the symbol. This is maybe quite tricky, but we're just gonna like have a bit of fun with it, yeah?
Okay.
What do you think
Well,
that
the
is?
letter to me looks like ba.
It is ba, and what is it? What's the vowel?
B.
Yes. What does this letter look like?
Raw.
And what's the vowel? We're ignoring this for now.
Okay, I'll ignore. Okay, so that would be re. No,
So
raw.
it's exactly ra.
Raw.
Okay. I'm gonna okay. See, I'm gonna test you on this one, but I think it might be too hard, but you might get it. Have a look at what does this look like to you? Just this.
That looks like ha.
Is it which one? Say it again.
Ha.
That's the
Is
one.
a ha or is a ha? Ha.
It's a okay, so in this case, it has the symbol that we talked about, the sukoon symbol. Okay? So this is how the sukoon looks. You know, like when we looked at the sukoon here.
Yes, right. When
I
you
don't know if
don't
you
have
remember.
right, when it's just when there's no vowel to it. Right.
Yes, so in the actual mushaf, um like I said, when you write, even using the keyboard, even using the specific Quranic font, the
Mhm.
sukoon looks like this.
Okay.
And in everyday life, it looks like this. the sukoon, which we will go over, I've got exercises with it in the future. The sukoon in the mushaf looks like this. So it's almost like a C, but backwards, right?
Okay.
And interestingly, this symbol actually does something different and is very, very rare. So we're not going to discuss that now. We're just going to say that right now, this is a sukoon. But when we look at the Quran, this symbol here is the same thing. It's that circle symbol. Yeah.
Okay.
So you said this is the letter ha, right?
Yes.
You would be correct. Above it is a sukoon.
Okay.
So it would just be like,
Just like the H sound, like roh.
yes. So we have to look at, ignore this for now. Yeah.
I am.
Ignore this symbol. So we're looking at the ra with the fatha. So we know that says ra. Yeah. And then we have, let me, you know, I'm going to write it out like this for you. What we have here is we have a ra, fatha. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then we have a ha, which we've identified with a sukoon. That's what that is. So how would that be pronounced?
Roh.
Exactly.
Roh.
So this is actually saying Rahman. When you say, so we said B here, yeah?
Yes.
So this is saying Bismi, Bismillahi, Ar-Rahman. So here's Ar-Rahman here. And here's Ar-Rahim. Okay?
Okay.
So you know, like when you start your prayer, you say Ar-Rahman,
Yes.
Bismillahi Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. So we've actually been able to like, bearing in mind, like this is very fancy. This is more fancy than this. Because this letter has been extended like way over here, and this has been extended like way out here. So it's very fancy. But still, I'm surprised you were able to identify that, you know? So you identified the letters correctly. Pretty good, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so what do you think this is a letter here? Have a guess.
That's also ha.
This is a very fancy fatha. So how would we pronounce this?
Ha.
Yes. Okay. And what letter is this?
Dal.
Yes. And
So that would be do.
yes. So this word, you already know this is a ha, and this is a
Ha.
do.
Do.
So this is the word alhamdu. Alhamdu. So all you need to know is just how to say this and how to say this, which is the meme sound. It says ma, mi, mu, but it has a sukoon here. So we're not saying ma, mi, mu, we're saying ham, right? I don't know if that, because this is a M sound and it has a sukoon, right? It's not saying ma, mi, or mu. It's saying and we have a ha with a fatha, right?
Do.
So we're saying, so this construction here is ham, and then we have do. Hamdu. Can you see that?
Yes, I can.
It's not that. So actually, that's exactly just how you read
I
the
see
entire Quran.
Allah, I see the Allah after it, so I'm thinking Alhamdulillah.
So when we're not, this is not the same. This right here is not the same as this. So this one says Allah, okay? This one says Lillah, Lillah.
Lillah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so we're saying Alhamdu Lillahi. But we don't want to get too much involved.
That's fine. Yeah,
Inshallah,
Okay.
we're gonna
Okay.
deconstruct all of this very easy in the future. But I want you to look at this one.
That's raw.
Yep, with a
With the fatha, so it's raw.
yes, and this is a
Ba.
ignore that. with a
Oh, okay. B. Raw B.
yes, exactly. This is actual full word.
Raw B.
Yes. This tells us to do something else, but we've not come to that yet. So
Okay.
this tells us when instead of saying ra b, we say rabbi. Rabbi. So it's kind of like a doubling of the b sound. Rabbi. But again, we're
I
not going to
see.
go over that now.
I see. All right, I see what you're saying now.
Okay, what would this be here? Ignore that.
I will. Okay, that would be. Daha.
So this is not a da. What does
Is
that
that
look
also,
like?
that's also a raw? Okay, that's also a raw. Okay, I see. Because it's blue. It ought
Yes.
to give it away. Okay.
Yeah, we a bit of a cheat code there.
Raw.
Rah.
Raw.
Yeah.
Raw.
Yeah.
Raw.
There you go. Rah.
Raw.
Yeah.
Yes.
What does this look like?
Like it would like a dal with the E, so it'd be D.
Exactly. Cool. Okay, here, check this out. What's this?
BD.
So it's not an
Oh,
E.
sorry,
Right?
Voodoo.
Exactly.
Voodoo.
So this is how we're saying Iyaka na'budu, right?
Voodoo. Okay.
Budu.
Yeah. Nah, voodoo. Okay.
So that's literally all you need. Like, can you see how easy it is? I know
Yes.
it's probably taking a lot of, like, as you said, the cogs are turning, but it's actually not that difficult. This is how you're going to read the entire Quran. It's just you just decode it, basically.
Okay.
All you need is the knowledge of the code.
Right. No, I see. I
And
see
you
what
have
you're
that.
saying now. Right. Everything has its. So you can say it exactly. This is the code.
You
Okay.
can
I
learn,
see.
as I was saying before, you can come across any word in the Quran. Maybe there's a couple examples where that's not the case, but basically you can come across any word in the Quran. You've never heard that word before. No one has to tell you how to say it. You literally just deconstruct it using this system. So
Using this
this says budu. Like
voodoo.
no one
Yeah.
can tell you otherwise. If I said
Right.
to you this says bada, you're gonna be like, no, it doesn't say that, right?
Right. No, it says
Because
voodoo.
if it said bada, it would have to have these.
Right.
Agreed?
Correct.
Okay.
But the letter before that, it has the
Sukun.
go with one before that.
This.
Is that making the abu? Is that the
So this is the letter nun. It says na, ni, nu.
okay?
So if it says na,
Because it
ni,
has the
nu,
kesra above it, it is the na.
the fatha, yeah?
Fatha,
Because it has a
sorry.
fatha,
Na,
it's saying
yeah.
na.
Okay,
And
na.
this is that
Okay.
letter that you were talking about, which is like a, I, au. So this would say na. Because this is a sukun, this letter is not saying a, I, au, right? It's
Right.
saying it's a sukun sound. So here we're saying na, na'budu,
Na'budu.
na'budu. But we'll come to this letter, okay? Don't
Okay,
worry
but
about
that's fine. Yeah. But I can see even that makes sense right there. Even though I can't read the first part, I know why it sounds like it does.
it. Yes. So what I want to do today is like just go through this and we can just ask questions. Even if we don't remember any of it, I just want you to see like what you're learning is literally directly decodable in the
For
Quran,
sure.
right? So even if you have questions that we've not covered yet, doesn't matter. But we don't need to remember it, but it's still interesting, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It is.
What do you think about this?
That's a Hamza, and that's going to sound E.
See? And what
So
about this
whatever
one?
that sound is, it starts E.
Yes. So this is إياك. Yeah?
Okay.
إياك.
And then,
إياك نعبد. Right?
yes.
This.
Same thing. E.
Exactly. Super easy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like disappointing how easy it is.
Yeah.
You
Right.
don't want people to figure out the secret when you tell them
Yeah.
that you
Right.
can read the Quran. They're like, "Oh, that must be so hard." You're like, "Yeah, yeah, it's really hard." No, it is kind of hard still, but you know, you know what I'm saying. It's actually not. It's not as
But
hard as English. Let's just say that.
that's making a D sound. D.
Exactly. Exactly. What about this? Ignore this little thing for now.
Okay. That's raw.
Yes. So this here is actually, so you said it exactly right. So it's a ra with a fatha, ra, yeah?
Mhm.
That little yellow thing is actually one of these. See this little yellow thing here?
Yes.
So we
That's
will
an
know in the future that that is an alif. So what is it saying?
raw.
Yes. So here we're saying si ra ta. You know when you say ihdina الصراط
Yeah. Yes.
المستقيم, this is sira ra, yeah, because it's the ra with
Okay.
the fatha
See,
and it has an
raw.
alif. Yeah.
Yes.
Again, this is the same thing.
Okay. That becomes an alif. Raw.
Exactly. Cool.
So it's not raw.
What's
It's raw.
Yeah, but that's you'll know in the future, inshallah, when you see that it's just an alif. It's just simple. It's just it looks different, does the same thing as an alif.
Okay.
What's this?
Ta.
Exactly. Anything else? Nope. How are you interested in this? Shall we keep going, or is it a
No,
bit
no,
much?
no. This is good. It's good to see these things.
Yeah. So it has the alif, yeah. So keep that in mind if you like.
The.
Exactly. Now, this is the line of writing here. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This letter has 2 dots above the line of writing. Do you know which letter that we've learned has 2 dots above the line of writing?
Ta.
Yes. This is a ta. He's just being fancy with it. Okay.
Okay.
So this is exactly a ta, and this here is an alif, and this is a fatha. So what would this say?
Ta.
Exactly. And this?
Boo.
Yes.
Taboo.
Exactly. See? You can read the Quran, you know? How do you feel?
Taboo. Okay.
That's it. So this
Ta.
is al-kitabu. So this is a kaf. It says ka, ki, ku. We know it's saying ki because it has a ki. There's a kasra.
Okay.
So this would say kitabu,
Tab.
kitabu, right? So you already know this part here. You just need to know what is this letter here. And then you can say kitabu, right?
Okay.
What's this?
Ba. Excuse me. No, no, no. Ba.
Exactly.
Ba.
This is a ra. I feel like we've gone over that a million times. Okay, so ignoring this, what letter would this be? And what sound would it make?
Ta.
Exactly. What about this? Oh, let's see. Testing my drawing skills here.
The.
Yes,
The.
very good. Okay.
B.
Yes. Let's see. Now, here's a question for you. Okay. This is a complete word. What is this letter?
Hamza.
Why would it be a Hamza?
Isn't that a backwards?
You're correct. You're correct. Okay, but why would it be a Hamza?
Because
if
it
this
can't
is a
start.
complete
You
word?
can't start a sentence with an alif.
Yes,
But
this
if you
is
start
this
it
is
with a
exactly
hamza, it's not an alif. It's a hamza.
exactly. So this symbol is not the backwards two. It's a special type of Hamza, but it is a Hamza. It's called
Okay.
Hamzatul Wasl. We'll go over that in the future. We don't want to talk about that now. But
Okay.
you're exactly right. You passed the test, mashallah.
Okay.
Think you need a golden star.
All right. Raza.
Exactly.
Raza.
Okay. Should we do a couple more?
Yeah.
How are you feeling about this so far?
I'm surprised. Like I said, I'm surprised at how I'm actually getting it, but it is, like you said, it's quite mathematic. It's very schematic. Just plug it in.
Yes, I'm enjoying myself right now watching you be able to do this now. I mean, like, bearing in mind this is only the 7th lesson. Like, we've only been
D.
doing this like a week, right? Exactly.
Right. So
Yes.
that's D. Z.
Yes.
U.
Very good. You can see that actually, like, there's a lot of the letters. There are letters that occur more often than others.
That's E.
Yes. What's this?
U.
Okay, we've not covered this, but based on what we've talked about, what do you think this would be?
Ooh. No, I'm not saying ooh.
Yeah.
That would be E.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a
Very
hamza
good.
with a I don't know the names of it yet,
With
but
a
it's below
kasra.
the line, so it's a hamza, and it's below the line, so it's an E.
Exactly. That's
Makes
it.
an E.
Simple.
Okay.
So this is an U and this is an E. And this word says ulaika. U la I ka. Ulaika. That's it. Easy. Right?
Okay.
Here's the same word again. So in order to read this word, you just need to know what letter this is. You know that it has an A sound, right?
Yes.
This is a lam. So a lam can say la, li, lu. So we know it's saying la. So this is here u, yeah, u and
Yep.
la. But then we have an aleph here. So then this is saying la. We're extending it longer than that, but let's just ignore that, yeah? But this is
Okay.
an u. This is a la, because you see the small little aleph here.
Uh-huh.
And then we're saying e. And then this letter is a kaf. It says ka, ki, ku. We know it says ka because it has a fatha. So it's literally u, la, I, ka. Make sense?
Actually, it does. I don't know why. It's not supposed to make sense.
Yes, I know, right? It's
But
almost
there
like
it
it's
is.
supposed to be much more difficult.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, how about this? This would be fun.
Ah, ah.
Yes. Yes. That's literally all it is. And what about this? Okay, you should be able to do this.
Out of curiosity, is there they want you to make the same sound twice in a row? Is that why it's not repeated identically?
Um, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because I mean, if it was a repeatedly, I mean, like, let's just repeat it identically for the sake of
Right.
argument. I just think that this is more to do with the spelling of the word.
Okay.
Yes, because if I was to write this, and then I was to make a space, oh, and then do the same thing, this would be pronounced exactly the same,
Right.
right?
Ah.
Would you? Yeah, right.
Yes.
So the point is, when we see Hamza, we're not concerned about like what it's having a piggyback on, right? If it's on Aleph or it's on its own, it's just the same thing. So this is exactly the same with this in terms of decoding the sound, right?
Right.
Okay.
Understood.
Okay, what's this?
That. That. Excuse
That,
me.
yeah?
Excuse me.
That.
That.
And what's this? What's the letter and what's the symbol?
The letter is raw, and the symbol is like it should be the zero, meaning it's only going to make the R
Yeah,
sound.
sukun. Sukun.
Cool.
Okay, so what does this say?
There.
Yep. And then let's add this.
Verta.
Say it again.
Verta.
Yeah. Just make sure you say the, like thou. Yeah. Not there. Not
Oh,
the.
okay.
That. So you said it correctly the first time. So this is the. Yeah. So this
That.
here,
Thou. Verta.
thou. Exactly. So
Verta.
out of this whole massive construction here, you can say and you can say thouta. We just need to know what is this and what is this, and we'll be able to read the whole thing.
Okay.
So this actually says an. This is a sukun. Okay. An dharuta hum. So this is a ha. It says ha, he, who. We know it's saying who because it has a dhamma. So
Okay.
this is who, and this is a meme. It says ma, mi, mu. It has a sukun. So it's just going to say mm.
Mm.
So that means this here says hum.
Hmm.
So this is a ha saying who, and this is a meme with a sukun saying mm. So the construction breaks down to being hum.
Hmm.
So the whole letter is an dharu tahum. Like how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Big word.
Okay.
Cool. You want to do a bit more, or you think that
No, no,
you're
no. We
burning
can
out?
keep going. Yeah. No,
You like this?
I do.
Cool.
Two.
Yes. Okay, what's this?
There.
Yes. Okay. What letter is this? So it doesn't. We're not going to make a sound right now. What letter is it?
Hamza.
Yes. What about? Okay, what's this? The whole thing.
Hata.
Exactly. It's too easy for you, right?
Yeah. B.
Yeah. Um. Okay, what's this?
Ab.
Yes. Perfect. The way you pronounce it is perfect. Why is it light blue? Because it's telling you to do exactly what you just did, which is make sure that you make the b sound. So you're saying ab, ab, and not just ab, ab. This is one of those special letters that tells us that we need to
Ab.
release the sound, but not say abba,
Right.
exactly the way you did it. Ab. Yeah.
Ab.
I feel like we've okay. We've run out of things to do. We need more letters to play with now.
Right. The.
Exactly. Okay, how are you feeling?
Surprised. I'm feeling
Yeah.
fine. It's
Yeah.
got the brain going, that's for sure. I mean, my brain's firing right now. But I can see the
What's
letters on it. I can see that's the letter. So that's going to be here. Here. Let me see if I can pronounce it. Here.
this is not a sukun though, right?
Hiri.
Yes. Khiri. Khiri, right?
Hiri. Okay. Hiri.
Okay. What's this?
Uh, ah,
Exactly. So what this shows us here is that even the hamza can be made like with hamza with a fatha can be elongated with the alif. So if we
understood.
want to just say a, we'll say a. If we want to make a, then we add the alif. And that's what the alif does.
Okay.
Okay, trick question. Okay, okay, what's this? We could go forever, I guess. What's this?
The.
What's this letter?
Oh, I'm sorry. Zada.
Perfect. Okay, so this is the fa. It says fa, fi, fu. And we know it says fa because it's a fatha. So this would then say
Faza.
fazada. It's literally that easy. I'm sorry to disappoint you. You're doing very good, mashallah. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you one last question and then we'll
All
stop
right.
from this. Yeah?
Okay.
This is a bit of a tricky question. So this won't be tricky. What's this?
Raw.
Yes. What is this? We have not seen it. I've shown it to you once before.
I'm gonna guess
But
it's raw because it's blue.
it is exactly raw. It's just that the guy sometimes just writes it like that. I've looked for the explanation, but I think it's just to do with the way he, the expression of the calligraphy.
Okay. But
There you go
because
then.
it's blue, is that why it gave it away? Because all the other raw, it seems to be in blue. So
Yes.
okay.
Again, what would this say?
Re.
Look at this.
Oh, Ru.
There you
Ru.
go. That was pretty heavy. What do you think? I have enjoyed myself. with
Yeah,
this. This
yeah,
is
yeah, for
more
sure.
fun.
Like I said, I'm surprised that I'm doing as well as I'm doing. You know.
Inshallah. Yeah. So happy to stop here. I think that we can move on from these
Okay.
letters now. Do you think?
Okay.
You feel happy now?
Yeah.
So I feel confident now that we are okay with these letters. Would you agree?
Yes, I agree.
I feel like 10 out of 10. I'm confident that you know these letters.
I got
So
you.
we're
Yeah.
gonna move on then to these letters. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Have you got any questions or any feedback on that lesson?
No, that's a good lesson right there. It's nice to reinforce what you already know and then see it put into use. Not just okay, you might see this, you might not. Well, here it is, here it is, here it is, and this is how it's written. Like you said, and
Yes.
sometimes the dots are not going to be next to each other. Sometimes they'll be on top, but it's the same concept. It's
Yeah.
But it's
If
good to
you're
learn that now and not how come you didn't tell me that earlier? You know?